What is going on, everyone? How is everyone doing? How was everyone's trading this week? Who's in the green? Who's in the red? Who didn't trade? Who overtraded? Right? What mistakes did you make this week? What did you do right? It's always good to look back and see, you know, what happened. Love seeing the same people here. Charles always here. Chris, John, Clea, Viet, Comet, Chris, Robert, what's going on? Harsha. Flat for you. Got chopped a bit yesterday. You're in the red. Green barely overtraded and lost some profits. Small green over. It's always amazing to actually like speak or mention about how you traded. Right, it helps get off stress. Lost half your account yesterday. That is obviously not good, right? If it's your main account, you definitely want to focus on position sizing, right? If you're doing a challenge account, obviously risk is, you know, much higher, which is normal. Always good to look back, right? Why you green, what trades you took, right? Be self-aware. When you're trading, try and think in a third-person perspective, right? Are your emotions kicking in? Right? You really want to be as self-aware as possible, because emotions will kick in when you're trading and when you're in the red, and things will go down a hole. So always be you know, self-aware, and you know, try and look at things from the third person. Let's see, trying to read these comments here. If everyone could please drop a like on the video, I'd appreciate it. You overtraded, ended up red. Yep, very easy to do, right? Overtrading is extremely easy. Main thing to avoid overtrading is don't focus on the money. All right, just focus on taking the best setups. I'll be going over that trade I took yesterday that lost. Yeah, when VIX is higher, and premiums are definitely inflated. That's just you know, part of trading, but there's definitely still money to be made. The best way to avoid over trading is to just focus on trading the best setups, right? That's really it, and not focusing on the money, right? Because the only reason you're going to over trade is because you have a sense of wanting to make more money, right? And obviously the goal of trading is to make money. That's why we all trade, but you can't look at it like that, right? You have to look at it as, you know, just trading the best setups, because when you do that, right, money follows along. So another thing to mention, right, expect to lose about 30% of the time, right? You're not going to win 100% of the setups. So what does that mean, right? For every 10 trades you take, right, expect to lose three or you know, 4. Obviously, it's not going to be, you're not going to win 7 trades a week or 7 trades a month, whatever it may be, but it's like an average, right, over the long run. So that's why you need to size the same on all positions. Okay. Right, so expect to lose. It's going to happen. That's why if you go full port, right, your odds decrease tremendously. Right, so you need to size small enough where you'll be able to average that 70%. Semis down a ton this morning on AMD guidance. Here is the article. All right, warned of a Q3 revenue shortfall yesterday and dropped. Right, so now Nvidia, Micron, AMD, all down a ton. Coin too. We did have a perfect setup yesterday. And this is what I had in pre-market, right? But obviously now we're going to be opening up down here. So this is totally invalidated. Right, it's a perfect inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, just do one trade at a time. If you start taking more than, you know, 1 or 2 trades at a time, things get way too out of control. I actually never even spoke about that. So one thing I never do is I never take more than 2 trades at once. I usually only just have 1 trade at a time. I know a lot of people here have like 5 to 10 trades at a time. And that is not good, right? That is a recipe for disaster, right? It's very tough to manage trades. And your account is fluctuating too much at a time. Right, I'm basically just taking 1 trade at a time every single time I trade. I'm surprised I've never even touched on that. Totally went over my head. So thank you, Taking Profits, for mentioning that. So yesterday, let's go over that trade we had yesterday. Here, let me fix this chart. So I'm pretty sure it was like this, right? Let me fix this here. So this was the chart, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yep, so this is what I was looking at. Right, was looking for stop loss was right here. Entry point was right around this region here. I took an early entry. And the price target was the high here. So, yes, I trade full time. So this is the SPX trade that I took. Make this volume a little bit lower on my end. So, okay, everyone can see this. Perfect. So I took 3,800 calls, right here, because if we saw a breakout here, there was a high probability, right, once this level breaks, that we push to around 3,800, and that's exactly what I was looking for, right? So I took an entry around this region with a stop loss around this region here, right? So this is just a sideways consolidation, right? Higher lows, lower and lower highs, right? We're in an overall uptrend, right? So this is typically a continuation pattern. Is this an equilateral triangle? No, I don't know what that is. This is basically a bull flag, kind of. It's just a nice period of consolidation, right? Multiple rejections in the same area, right? I was also looking at, right, this previous support here, acting as a potential support as well. Right, so multiple areas of right, this was a strong spot that we would reverse at. Right, so now let's go in here. Right, so now we have a stop loss below. Right, we have an entry point and we have a price target. So what happened? Right, we took 3,800 calls to hit play, see what happens. Right, at this point, right, nice little reversal off the lows. We were about 30% green. Right, but I didn't take profits obviously because I was looking for a breakout up here. If we got that breakout, our calls would have went over 100%. Right, and we would have doubled the challenge account. Right, came back down. Right, held the lows perfectly. Still didn't hit my stop loss, so obviously I still held. Right, double bottom, perfect. Consolidating even more. Right. Also, while I was looking at this, I was looking at Apple, Amazon, Tesla. All the names were flagging very nicely. I'll cover those in a bit. But it looked like they were going to break out, right? So I was confident in a potential breakout, right? But it doesn't matter if you're confident or not. We had a setup in place, right? Good risk to reward. And if it broke out, we would have banked on these calls. All right, so let's hit play. And then, right, we got that double bottom breakdown, which is when I took my loss. Right, and now here, which was just confirmation of we're going to continue to the downside, right? Previous support, previous support, previous support, acted as resistance. Right, we broke down, retested, and then we should see continuation. And there it is. Right, and then we retested a little bit again. So it is what it is. So if that makes sense, please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Am I going to refill my account? No, that would be kind of pointless of a challenge account. Account's at 1,200 or 1,242, I think, which is fine. It's totally enough to work with. So Chris said kind of hard to predict symmetricals. So we're not trying to predict, right? This was not a prediction. This was a plan that has a high probability setup, right? So we executed the plan perfectly, right? We took an entry, we had a price target, and we had a stop loss, right? You can't expect to win every single trade, right? If you start trying to predict, things are going to go out of hand, right? Your emotions are going to kick in, and right, things are going to go south. So don't try and predict, right? Just play the chart. You're at 1202, perfect, right? This is a challenge account, everyone. This is not to be traded like a main account, right? Everyone needs to understand that. Yes, there's high risk. Yes, there is a potential to make a high reward, right? Last challenge account, we took 2,000 to 17,000 in about a month or two. So the account I'm using is also a margin account. I'm not using margin, but that means I have 3 day trades per week, and I can use all the buying power of, the account balance. Would today be considered an outside that? Well, it depends on the daily candles. Let's see. Right, so we had the mother bar inside, and now we're going to open up below. Right, so technically, yep, it is an outside day. We're going to open up right at this previous resistance. Might act as a new support, but at open, I'm not going to be doing anything. Just going to be watching, waiting for an intraday setup. Right? Everything's down in pre-market. What's crazy right now is that VIX is also down. Wait, but look at this. I didn't even see this before. VIX, right? Multiple rejections. I'm gonna set an alert right here. Turn my volume indicator on, or my magnet. Set an alert right here. If this breaks out, I'm playing puts on SPX on the challenge account. Your is what it is. Comment is great. Yep, that's how you got to look at the losses, right? It is what it is. I mean, that's what it is. Right? You're gonna lose, right? You can't win every single time. Losing is part of the game. When you lose, it's fine. Totally fine to lose. Outside day would just mean, all right, so let's find an example. Nothing really to be too worried about. But let's see. Where is, all right, here. This is the first thing that I noticed. All right, so an outside day would be, right, let's say we're looking at this candle here, this green candle. Right, we have one large bar with more than 2 days inside of it, technically, right? So now we have the mother bar, right? This is known as the mother bar. This is an inside bar, right? It's inside the price action of the previous day, right? We have another inside day inside the price action of the original mother bar. We have another day inside the price action of the mother bar, right? So how do you play this, right? When it breaks the mother bar, right? If it's to the downside, you play puts. If it's to the upside, you could play calls, right? Minimum of 2 to 3 bars, right? And works pretty well. Let's see if we could find another example. Right, obviously, it doesn't work every time, but here's another example. Right, so mother bar, inside day. That might not be an inside day. Yeah, it's below. Right, so this is like a potential fake out. Then we also moved up to the upside, came back down, right? Faked out and then moved back up, right? So it doesn't work every time, but it's something to, be aware of. It doesn't hurt to have an understanding of. Yeah, that's basically the strat method, right? Inside bars, outside bars, all the different candles, the 1, 2, 3s. Right, it's always good to educate yourself on all the different strategies and then, put together a strategy that works best for you. Right? This is how I trade. I trade patterns. This is not the only way to trade, right? You can use indicators. You can do whatever you like. Indicators, right? The strat, inside, outside bars, right? The Bollinger Bands, EMAs, VWAP, RSI, right? There's so many different ways to trade. This is the way I trade, right? Patterns and support and resistance. Your goal, or the best thing you could do, is to have a general understanding of all of them and figure out which one works best for you by trying them all. All right, but don't get sucked in. The one thing I could say is don't get sucked into those, this is the best method of trading. scam kind of thing, right? A lot of people post those online. This is the best way to trade, blah, blah, blah. They're all good. They all have their disadvantages and their advantages. Figure out what works best for you and your lifestyle, and there you go. Hopefully that's some good advice that you guys can take. If someone's saying they know it all and they're the best trader there ever is, someone I would not listen to. All right, everyone is wrong. All right, every trader needs to be accountable for their losses. All right, we all lose, so if everyone could please drop a like on the video. We're only at 51. I would appreciate it. This was definitely a low volume trading week regarding my account. I've only taken I've only took like 2 or 3 trades. And challenge accounts obviously red. Main accounts, I think I'm at break even this week. Look at this Tesla setup, right? Multiple rejections. Kind of had that breakout, right? We pushed through this previous support, as in, right? We kind of broke through and we pulled back, and now we're continuing to the downside. Yeah, I like to be as simple as possible. I don't like to have, you know, anything crowding the chart. I like to keep it simple. Yeah, I have the volume on my chart. Best way to trade is to get in low and sell high. Yeah, I would say, unless you're in puts, then it's to get in high and sell up. Right? There's 2 ways to make money. There's actually multiple ways to make money. Straddles, strangles, selling calls, selling puts, buying calls, buying puts. Right? There's so many different ways to make money. You need to be educated on all the different strategies, figure out what works best for you. Nick, I feel like I remember you, Lusk. Yeah, your mind needs to be clear, right? If you don't have a clear mind when trading, things are going to be tough. Things are going to be tough if you do not have a clear mind. Today's going to be a low volume trading day for me. All right, everything's down pre-market a lot. It's Friday, and it's also nice out, so it doesn't sound too bad to go get outside and get some sun. Enjoy the day. Best part about being a trader is you make your own schedule. Anyone doing anything good this weekend? All right, so yeah, let's take a look at pre-market. So, right, here's pre-market data, right? Notice how in pre-market it's abiding by previous resistance. Oh, you're Sinner on awesome. Big wedding, awesome. Yeah, the weather is bipolar. Buffalo Bills, wow. No, I'm in New York City. Psycho. Sounds pretty good to me. the beach. Wow. Blast, what are you doing for your birthday? Where in New York? All right, back on topic before market opens. 6 minutes to market open. Right, notice how pre-market actions abiding by previous resistance at market open. Right, let's see if we have any other levels here. Right, previous support acting as a support here in pre-market. If this level holds here, right, we could potentially see a retest back up to this region here, 372. Keep an eye on pre-market low. Right, market's weak today, and keep an eye on 372.30. Yeah, trading every day is definitely not healthy. It is a lot of information to take in, right? But that's why I like to keep it as simple as possible, so it's not too much. So to the downside, it would need to break 367.7. Right, that's the pre-market low. Yeah, 3,700 needs to hold for sure. 36.98 is previous resistance. If not, we're gonna move down to 36.69. VIX, this is the level, right? 30.74. Rent is a lot in New York. It's a lot. It's at all-time highs too. What's the best club? There's a million. All right, but 4 minutes to market open. As always, plan the trade. Trade the plan. Don't rush into any setups. Don't overtrade. Don't take more than 2 setups at once. Let me pull up my cheat sheet. There we go. All right, cheat sheet. Pull this up, read it every day. Read these patterns until you understand them. Plan the trade, trade the plan. Don't focus on the money. Right, just trade the setups. If there's no setup, there's no trade. Be patient, right? Follow the chart. Yesterday was an amazing example of patience, but it didn't work out, right? It's not always going to work out. Understand that you're going to lose. Right, for every 10 trades, expect to lose 3 to 4 times. Stop loss and price targets based on support and resistance, not percentage based, right? So it doesn't matter if your trade goes 15%, but it hits your target, take your profit, right? If your target is 50%, take your profit. Okay. I do work out. I'm big into working out, actually. I'm 6'3", 225. I'm a big dude. All right, so keep an eye on this level. This is what I'm probably going to be keeping an eye on most. At open. Set alert. And so I do have a question for all of you. I'm thinking about streaming on YouTube while I trade every Friday for like an hour. What do you guys think of that? Right, so from like 9:30 to 10:30, I'll trade here instead. Maybe I'll start next week. The picture's located in the market resources. All right, yeah. So maybe I'll do that next week. So let's say we'll start that next week. Maybe Monday. Nope, gotta be patient. Not starting today. But market's about to open. Gonna switch to the Discord, everyone. I'll see you there.